is no offense to everybody else who's been here, but I've been waiting for one analysis of this speech, and it is comedian and general polymath Tim Dillon. Tim, did you watch the whole thing?
I watched a lot of it, and then I was doing a show in Salt Lake City. I think he did a great job. I think he is the president now. That's it. I don't think there should be an election. I think it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. The Democrats have disgraced themselves to a point where they should literally just let him win. It would actually look good if they said, just take it. Now, by the way, not even wait till the inauguration. Just give it to him now. Yeah, I mean, it was presidential. It was, to a degree funny.
Yeah.
Not as funny as I've seen him be,
Exactly.
but
yeah.
he, looked incredibly presidential. He was above, a lot of the type of bickering and stuff that people, love when he does, right? They love, but he's the winner. He's winning. What are they going to do? They got to get Michelle Obama. That's the only chance they got, is to have Michelle Obama come out on stage at the DNC and go, yes, I'm a man, and now I'm the president. Unless that happens, it's over.
And it has to have the man bit, you think?
1,000%.
Yes. If not, she's not going to win.
Of course not.
Yeah. What about Kamala Harris? I mean, look, we had on the show.
Kamala Harris is a boring Brentwood wine-drunk prosecutor. No one wants it. No one needs it. No one ordered it. No one's asking for it. It's enraging and boring at the same time. It has the unique ingredient of being silly and ridiculous, and also like she angers people. I've never seen someone that should and can be as easily dismissed as her, what she says, but also like people, she really just makes people angry, and members of her own party. They don't want to prosecute her. They don't want a cop. They don't like her. I mean, she's not fun. She's not personable. She's like an aunt. She's like your aunt who's drinking red wine and, talking crazy at the family party,
And she like literally was a cop. I mean, she was prosecuting aggressively in California drug crimes, etc.
Yeah.
But why do you think I mean, like, she polls horribly too. She doesn't poll well against Donald Trump, but
I've heard from people that if they pass her over, she's going to go nuts.
Yeah.
She hates Gavin Newsom. She'll make a big deal of it. She's going to go crazy if they will not give her the chance. And it's just lose gracefully. They're going to lose. They should lose gracefully. I don't think there's much to be gained from winning. I actually think they should start saying we're going to lose.
Oh.
Like, I think they should start with that. They should go out and they go, we get it. We're losing this one. But you all came out for a fundraiser. We can still have fun. We can still eat crab cakes. We're all here in East Hampton.
Yeah.
We know we're going down.
Yeah. So, I mean, Trump, by the way, and you pointed this out, he was like kind of trained to be subdued tonight. Like the first 20 minutes was and it was a good, recitation of what happened the other day in Pennsylvania. But Shane Gillis said in his special, he said, can we now admit that Donald Trump is funny? You are a comic. Yes. The moments in that, like his Hannibal Lecter bit, I mentioned this earlier.
He's the funniest guy.
He's he's just funny. I don't give a shit if you like his policies. He had a thing the other day, Dana White was on, and he's had a thing the other day where he was talking about a migrant fighting league. Did you see? I don't know if you saw this.
No, but I mean, it's amazing. I mean, listen, he's one of the funniest people. He's one of the most American people. He's maybe has the most uniquely American life of any other person. I think Caitlyn Jenner might be second, to be honest, in terms of like unique American lives that you can't really replicate other places. He's the man of the moment. I mean, people can love him. They can hate him. They could say all kinds of things about him. They will. It doesn't really matter. He's the guy of the moment. The guy just got shot in the ear. He stood back up. He said, fight, fight, fight. He's inevitable. There's nothing to be done. I mean, everything they've tried to do to get rid of this guy, indicting him, all this stuff, it's all been silly. It's made him more powerful. It's made him so powerful that he's beyond the scope of power that people even understood 4 years ago. And it's because everything the Democratic Party has tried to do, everything liberals have tried to do to get rid of this guy has been the absolute 100% worst move, wrong move. everything they've done has been terrible, from the Russia stuff right on down to indicting him for inflating the price of a fucking condo as if
Yeah.
anyone cares. It's they have no one to blame but themselves. And he seems. I think he's probably a bullet whizzing by your head like that probably changes you a little bit. And I feel
Yeah.
like um, he certainly seems to me ready for the job at this point.
Yeah. You live in the comedy universe. I imagine, I mean, it's a little more ideologically diverse than a lot of other places, but a lot of people in there are pretty liberal guys. And I imagine the dictator stuff comes up all the time, right? I mean, every time I talk to somebody about Donald Trump, I say, look, I talk to the supporters. They're reasonable people, but he is going to end democracy. What do you say to
Most
people?
presidents don't get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah.
I heard when Obama was going to come in that he was going to force everybody to move from the suburbs to the cities, and he was going to end private auto ownership. And because of environmentalism, they weren't going to let anyone drive cars, which probably will come down the road at some point. But like, I heard he was going to get it done, and he was going to take away everybody's right to have a backyard and stuff. I just don't think that Donald Trump in 4 years is going to end American democracy. I've never believed that. And I understand that he has some impulses that are kind of authoritarian impulses, and like things he says, he appoints his family and all that stuff. But like, I just don't believe that even if he wanted to, that he could. We have a court system. We have other things that would prevent that. We have checks and balances. We have a Congress. We have a House of Representatives. We have a Supreme Court. I just, it's always weird in politics. Usually, what you accuse someone else of being, you are doing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just doesn't feel to me that the group of people who are constantly warning about Donald Trump being a dictator themselves, at every opportunity, every chance, behave like dictators.
Pack the court, disinformation, misinformation, etc.
Use the intelligence agencies to cook up stories that he's getting peed on. This is dictator stuff. This is dictatorial stuff, right?
Yeah, Tim.
Where's Barry Weiss, by the way? She guilted me.
I know.
Doing this, I'm at a show. Where is Barry? I know that there was a drone attack in Tel Aviv. Is she responding personally?
She is in the. She's in putting on an IDF uniform right now and getting.
All right, that's fair.
Tim, I know you got to go. Final question for you. I wish I could have been with you when that debate happened. When you saw Biden like out of Operation Bubble Wrap.
Oh, we knew that. I knew that. We all knew that,
and I knew that too. But what was your initial reaction to seeing it really, truly exposed?
I don't even know if reality matters anymore in the country. I'm always interested as to what degree reality matters. I believe we are approaching a point rapidly where reality doesn't matter. The Secret Service just said we couldn't have somebody on a roof because it was sloped.
Yeah.
That roof had the slightest slope. I have climbed on roofs to get high.
Yeah.
When I was 15 years old with bongs in my hands. And we're talking about the Secret Service not being able to get on a roof 150 yards away from the president speaking because it was a slope roof. These are the same people that told you that Jeffrey Epstein, the guards fell asleep and the camera broke. And so I don't know if reality even matters anymore in the country. And I don't know if anyone's looking for reality. I think we're just being told to accept nonsense, and most of us do, and that's kind of where we're headed, right? We're headed to a place where they literally put a drooling dementia patient on stage and said, he's not only the president, but he's been the president, and you should elect him to continue to be the president. And it's the greatest insult to everyone's intelligence.
Should he resign?
Well, no, now it's too fun. I actually like the idea of him fighting them forever and never resigning and doing his own January 6th, but it's just him walking around in the Rose Garden, not quite knowing where he's going.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's too fun, and it's been fun watching these so-called late night comedy shows defending his age, and like Stephen Colbert saying, like,
well, it is fun to watch an old guy. It is fun to watch an old guy fight.
Yeah.
And he's old and he's got a little fight in him. So that is fun. I think when Clooney and Wall Street were throwing him under the bus, people in America were like, fuck George Clooney and fuck these billionaires in the Hamptons telling the guy to get out of the race. Like, people started to go, oh, the polls shifted a little bit because people were going like, even though he is a dementia patient.
Yeah.
Fuck George Clooney and these Wall Street guys they don't like people being taken out of Americans are not as dumb as people make them think. They have this instinctual intelligence where they understand when someone's being pushed out of something. They saw it happen to Trump. They didn't like when it was kind of happening to Biden. They're like, yeah, the guy's incompetent, but like, who are these guys in the back room and who are these kingmakers and Wall Street people and who are they and why do they have any say over who the president is? Like, all of the media and their infinite wisdom, instead of being like, well, the people are losing confidence, they're like DNC power brokers and George Clooney and Wall Street hedge fund managers. And people are like, we think these people are scum. We hate them. So Biden was starting to go up when that happened. But of course, he shouldn't be the president.
Yeah. And, you know, once they got the signal, people in the media started criticizing him. It was interesting. After George Clooney says so, then they kind of turned on him. Tim Dillon, one of the best podcasts out there, one of the funniest guys out there.
I have two shows. We just added 2 shows in Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
This Sunday, all of the money donated to Israel.
That's why it's directly to a new Iron Dome.
Love you, Barry. Bye-bye.
Tim Dillon, Zionist and comedian.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it.